that movie, Tell Me True. This is a clip from Dragon, the Bruce Lee story from 1993, and I'll just talk through it. I couldn't find the clip that I was looking for, where Jason Scott Lee was coming over in the boat, and the guy was saying, you don't stand a Chinaman's chance. Haven't you ever heard that saying in the States? And that was a real saying. You don't stand a Chinaman's chance in the West. That came from all the railway workers or the miners when they got the Chinese groups to work for them. They loved that because these guys came with these big woks and they knew how to cook and feed a lot of people, and they were very efficient and there was no problem. They weren't lazy. But they would put them in very dangerous situations, and a lot of them ended up dying because of this. That's the unsaid part of that saying, you don't stand a Chinaman's chance. Now I'd like to show you this. This is called some kind of Chinese master teaching how to sleep correctly. And I loved it. I forget his name. Master Mu Yuchu. Now he's got some points here, but what I'd like to show you that's incredible, which I really like, was, yeah, look at that, look at that. You can sleep like that. Okay? Now, yeah, that's a good thing, but you know what? This is the tragedy of the entire world right now. I'm going to tell you, it lays right here. Because we Chinese, I can't speak for other Chinese people, and I'm not fully Chinese, but I know that when I work like a mofo. I enjoy the quota. I enjoy making quotas. That's just what I did when I did production. But I mean, see, when the Chinese people work really hard and they're being told lies that this is the meaning of life, they're in a state of shock. But see, they can rest like this. They can go home or go to their lunch hour, go to their little dungeons in those factories that are building all of your clothes and shoes and canoes and tennis rackets and everything you buy, because these people know how to rest, even sitting down with a pillow. And I tried it, and it's extremely comfortable. Oh my gosh, it's extremely comfortable to do this. So in the world, someone knew that they could exploit this situation, this country of people, because they're all one culture, 99%. You don't have a melting pot in like North America where you got a union of a melting pot where they're like, hey, that guy's getting away with this, and you don't do that, you don't do that. So they're taking advantage. It's like an addict, and this is an enabler. China is the enabler, or that harlot of Babylon, where it's an enabling situation where the world is addicted to Chinese cheap products, where Chinese are not supposed to make cheap shit. They're supposed to make beautiful stuff that looks like nature. This is not living. No one is telling them that. And yet, because they're under fear of death. So no one should be, Trudeau is just an example. They're not even allowed to have a Bible over here. They're not allowed to have free speech, free thought. If you think that it's not going to come and bite you, I keep saying it. But this is the simple answer to why your merchandise is so easy to buy. Shame on you. Shame on you. And all these people have such a protection over certain kinds of people. Well, this is the only hated race in the world. This is the one that's hated right here. Is the Chinese. And you know how they fix that? How they get that fixed as well? Is that they put these movies like Crazy Rich Asians and put the jerkiest jerks, like as if everybody's like Margaret Cho or something. Yeah, when they're jerks, wow, that then you can't. Then it's easy to hate. This is just it's constant. I see it all the time. It's nonstop. There's no reality. This I'm not saying this movie. I really liked this movie, but I mean this was like 30 fucking years ago. And now the new movie, there's a new one called Birth of the Dragon, and they're saying that Bruce Lee was arrogant. It's like, are you crazy? Like, everyone has been psychic driven, brainwashed, and they don't have any clue as to what their own history is, even the recent history. And it's to everyone's detriment. It's to everyone's detriment because, to be able to rest like this so that you can go back to work after your lunch break. This is called, you know what the Bible called it? About Armageddon? It said, because iniquity will abound. Iniquity. You know what that means? Not fair. It's iniquity means unbalanced, unfair. It has nothing to do with, drinking too much or smoking cigarettes or swearing or cheating on your husband and wife. When the Bible talks about Armageddon, it's saying you're going to get the wrath of God because of iniquity. Using these people's ability to rest on a pillow, to be the manufacturer of the world. And just because a lot of them are now millionaires, don't get it straight. That's just to play into the big lie. And you know it.